Okay, we have been seeing increased volatility in the markets. But you know, the swings just keep bringing us back to where we have been for a while. But Overstock.com has been weathering the storm and skyrocketing. Okay, first off, its stock has risen 82% in just the last 3 months. But even better than that, it has jumped 330% year over year.
Joining us now in a Fox Business exclusive interview, the first since his return from a leave of absence, is Overstock.com's chairman and CEO, Patrick Byrne. A little bit of housekeeping first, Patrick, because you know we love you. I'm not one of those guys who throws around the love term a lot, but we do love you because of who you are and what you've done with the company. You've come back from a tough illness. God bless you. We wish you the very best. And by the way, since you came back, the stock has been on this tremendous uptick. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Well, that's very kind. I was beginning to worry you folks didn't love me anymore. I hadn't heard from you in so long.
As soon as we had the opportunity, you know that, Patrick. We wanted you on as soon as we could. We're happy that you're here.
Thank you. It's an honor.
I got to ask, I mean, is the tremendous upswing in the stock since April a result of your coming back?
Not at all. Not at all. Look, we've been building, as you know, I'm a deep value guy, taught by your friend and mine, Mr. Buffett. And value investing sees everything. It's all about fundamentals and economics. We have built a wonderful machine, great earnings power that is now has actually been expressing itself for some time for the sharper observers. And so it's the fundamentals have been just really in the last 4 years, I'd say, just really starting to express themselves. I was gone for 6 weeks, 8 weeks with a little health incident, but I don't think that has anything to do with the stock price.
Where were you, Patrick? The fountain of youth? You look fantastic. Oh my God.
Well, I think, Liz, I thought you'd never notice.
Listen, Patrick and I know each other for 14 years, so I notice, okay? And we're glad you're back. And I guess the question becomes, here Bank of America says, we're downgrading the stock on valuation because it has risen so far so fast. What, as a CEO, can you do to address that, if anything? I mean, who doesn't want a stock that's jumping?
I don't care at all. I do not care at all. I've never read an analyst report, or I can barely remember in the 10 years we've been public if I've ever read. I've spoken with that fellow, Nat Schindler, fine fellow, but we don't pay any attention to the stock price. It's essentially grounds for dismissal in the company to talk about the stock price. Ooh. We don't talk about it. Wow. Buffett, and I know Buffett's a friend of yours, Liz, teaches, you focus on the fundamentals and the rest. Buffett's teacher, Ben Graham, said, in the short run, the market is a voting machine. In the long run, it's a scale. In the short run, it's all these passions and, and lies people tell and all that kind of stuff. In the long run, true value, when you build real value, it expresses itself.
Could not agree with you more. It's great advice, but having said that, Patrick, and again, an 8% or a 12% pullback, which is what happened today, is nothing compared to how it's been rising. Specifically, what this guy was worried about is that the dollar amount of the orders for Overstock.com is increasing. That's good news, but the customer base is decreasing. That may not be good news. Are you losing market share?
No, he's completely misanalyzed that. I got an email, saw that. That's the one paragraph I did see as I drove over here. He's completely misanalyzed things. I got to mention, I don't want to impugn anyone's motives, but this mother of our lawsuits that we have filed against Wall Street some years ago will let a bunch of the people out, but we have left Goldman Sachs and Merrill Lynch. I think we've got the goods on the two of them. Bloomberg, Rolling Stone and The Economist have all filed a joint suit to sort of get the facts that we have gotten in the suit released to the public. So the public hasn't seen them. I know what we have in there. I don't think my opinion is no normal. When are we going to see it then?
I think viewers are listening and saying, what's he talking about?
Oh, you know that in about 2004, we went public in 2002. By 2004, I became aware and vocal.
Yeah.
Well, of a lot of dirty business going on Wall Street, besides just naked short selling and insider trading and manipulation and stuff. So I filed this lawsuit against a hedge fund, which paid off nicely in 2005 or 2006. And again, in 2007, we filed a lawsuit against basically the whole prime brokerage business. Most of them, all of them but Merrill and Goldman, bought themselves out with a very large seven-figure number. But we have the goods. 20 million pages of discovery have come through from Goldman and Merrill. I don't think any normal brokerage house would survive what we have, but we can't release it to the public. Merrill Lynch got absorbed. Merrill Lynch went the way of Wild Buffalo and vaudeville, and they got absorbed by Bank of America. So now, isn't it funny? Bank of America has had a sell or an underperform on us all the way up from about $5. Now we're 27, 28, and they're still saying sell. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some political pressure within Bank of America on that score. But it's already, FINRA and the SEC have already brought all kinds of actions and fined tens of millions of dollars against some players on Wall Street.
Let me just correct one thing, just to be fair. Bank of America downgraded you to an underperform, but they did have a buy. I just want to get that out there, Patrick. They did have a buy on your stock.
They had a buy for a couple months. They had a sell from 5 to, I don't know, say 15 or something.
All right,
or
so you
20.
got a beef to pick, but let's just quickly go as we finish up on the website. David and I were looking at some of the products, and you still have some really great offerings. You see the consumer coming back. How will the housing market that's rebounding affect you guys?
The housing market is good for us. We sell a lot. When people, it's our customers when they move. We hear this all the time when they move or when they get a new house. People come to Overstock. In general, our prices are 9% lower than Amazon's, and we have better customer service. So we are getting a really devoted customer base.
All right. Everybody knows you, by the way, from Overstock. You mentioned one mentor, Warren Buffett. I want to mention another one of your mentors, Milton Friedman. You keep that dream alive of educational choice as chairman of the Milton and Rose Friedman Foundation for Educational Choice. I know that's a passion of yours. I wanted to mention that. God bless you. Great to see you, Patrick. You do look wonderful. Terrific to have you back in the saddle.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you, Dave and Liz. It's my honor to be on.
Absolutely. Anytime. Please come back and see us often.
He looks so young.
He does indeed. It looks great. When we come back, we have